Hey everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. What a weird Wednesday it was. Wednesday was signing day. Now, signing days kind of changed through the years. It used to be a big deal in February, and then they put the early one in. Now it's not as big deal because everyone signs early, but there's still the signing day in February. It's just not what it used to be. But Wednesday was the weirdest signing day. And I've been doing this for 31 straight years. I guess the first 30 were boring. This is what I should have been waiting for. A signing day and coach retirement. Also a coach hiring possibly, or was it? Let's discuss. Right after I remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and we have been absolutely all over this Chris Klieman retirement story from the moment it broke on Wednesday morning. Actually, it started on Tuesday evening as we were verifying to our subscribers. So make sure you're subscribing to GoPowercat. We're 50% off right now. You want to get beyond the paywall for these very eventful times at Kansas State. And it doesn't sound like there's going to be much of a coaching search. It really doesn't. All reports we're getting is that Chris Klieman will be replaced by Collin Klein. Now, Gene Taylor says at the press conference, I've never spoken with him. And I think there might be a little, I said he was lying on a podcast, but he's bending the truth. Maybe he's talked to his agent. Maybe he's not talked to him directly about Chris Klieman retiring. I don't know. But I know this. The first reports of all of this happening were coming out of College Station, where fans were finding out from the Kleins. So something's going on. We just don't know the timetable. So why did Gene Taylor, first of all, go up there and deny any contact or that there's been any kind of movement? He wanted Chris Klieman to have his day. And it's one of his best friends, if not his best friend. So yes, he wanted him to have that moment when he could not worry about everything else going on. No questions, none of that. Just let him have his day and then move on. I'm confident Collin Klein will be the new coach unless some kind of contractual issue is too significant to overcome. But I also believe this. To get Collin Klein, you have to have better resources than what you've had, both to pay salaries, not necessarily Collins, but the coaching staff and the support staff, and to fund NIL. And today I heard something from Gene Taylor I have not heard of. I've not heard him once say, we're working to fund NIL beyond the revenue share. I have not heard him say that. And he did today, that they're out looking to grow the NIL. He talked about the problems with what's going on in college football. And one of them is that NIL was supposed to go away. It was supposed to be all rev share. And of course, schools ignored that because they could get an advantage. So K-State's got to put their toes in it. There had to be some kind of promise made that Collin Klein could get the players he needs to compete. It was a real concern of Chris Klieman. And I know a lot of people have made fun of him for bringing that up during a 6-6 season when he lost to teams that don't have NIL or have very little NIL. But it was coming down the pike really fast. An inability to compete because the money's getting so out of whack that the mid-tier players, your developmental players, that's not right, your roster players, maybe your starters that aren't the stars are going to get offers you can't match. And that's how you don't die by losing your stars. You die by losing all the important parts that make the stars stand out. And that was coming. So K-State's got to get that corrected. And I think Collin Klein wouldn't be coming if he didn't know it could be fixed. He's seen how good it can be in the SEC. He's seen the standard. That's really important right now for Kansas State football to understand that. So we'll see how this all works out, what the timetable is. We were originally told there'd be some kind of something on Saturday with the basketball game. We don't know. And if you have Collin Klein's phone number, which I do, please send it to Gene Taylor. He says he doesn't have it. I didn't believe that either, Gene.